I'm one of four, two sisters and another brother myself. We were born in Fairfield, California. We had a dairy farm. We grew barley, wheat, tomatoes. Back in the 50s, latter part of the 50s, we had 45 dairy cows. My mom ran the dairy. We had chickens and a normal, real farm. And then my dad went into construction business. I was an FFA. Many of the people in the community, in the rural communities, were FFA. We had a big chapter. So I went to Cal Poly, got my degree in plant science, a minor in chemistry, and then also worked full-time, just about, and I hauled horses for the racetracks for probably 6 years.
I've actually known Manuel a great majority of my life. Manuel started at the Nisei Farmers League about the same time my grandfather was president of this organization, the Fresno County Farm Bureau. They worked very close to one another over the years. He worked with both my parents, and then when I started at the Fresno County Farm Bureau here in 2004, he's been a mentor of mine ever since. There was actually a day when he was actually known as a professor. And a lot of folks don't know that about his background, but he loved his teaching days. It was because of those teaching days that I think a lot of that resonated into what he's been able to do today. It was obviously presenting in front of groups of students and the one-on-one opportunities he had. It's incredible to go throughout this community and find out how many people were taught by Manuel Cunha, whether it was over at Cal Poly or over at Reedley College. So many people, even during a short teaching career, were influenced because of what he did as a professor for them.
Reedley College, one of the greatest institutions that I've ever taught in. The kids at Reedley College, that really got me into wanting to help students more and more, was many of those students came from farms. Many of them came from farm workers, families. They got recruited to come and work for the Nisei Farmers League in 1987. But it was in '86 when the Immigration Reform and Control Act was passed. Harry Kubo, president of this organization, Nisei Farmers League at that time, came and asked me if I wanted to do the immigration program. And I was in my 10th year at Reedley College. And said, yeah, I'll take a sabbatical, I'll try it.
Manuel is the foremost expert nationwide when it comes to labor and immigration issues, and it's because of his knowledge and his skill set that he's really able to promote the agriculture industry and the influence that labor and immigration issues have on it.
The relationship with Manuel has gone, I think, even before I started, but I came on board at the food bank in 2010 and hit the ground running. Manuel was one of the first people I talked to about the impact of just hunger in the valley, and especially as it related to farm workers.
I think the one thing that everybody would say about Manuel is the guy's work ethic. He just works like none other. He is an incredible advocate for the organization. He's been doing this for over 30 years. Yet, a lot of people probably slow down over a 30-year career. I think he's gotten more active.
Manuel came to me and wanted to know what he could do and what a Nisei Farmer League could do to help, especially in some of those smaller communities that were really off the radar. Orosi Cutler, Tarabella, Farmersville. How do we really reach down? Because he'd been out to those communities, he'd seen the families, he knew they were struggling. Through Manuel's work with the Nisei Farmer League and some folks in Orange County, they were able to make a donation to the community food bank, which allowed us to provide over 200,000 meals to those communities that were pretty much being bypassed through this process.
I serve on Community Hospitals Board. I got on the board to make sure we have community involvement of our hospitals in our rural community.
Manuel is incredible when it comes to what he does at Nisei Farmers League, but I think it's actually what he does at home that makes him even a more passionate and better advocate for that organization. Manuel is a farmer. Manuel is a farmer. He grows citrus out on the eastern side of Fresno County.
I have 55 acres of citrus. I've done most of all the work, not the harvesting. I've designed my own irrigation systems. A lot of integrated pest management. I love to get away at night. Farm is very quiet. It's up on a hill so I can see out. I do a lot of the own work myself just because it allows for me to think, It allows for me to get back to what my mom and dad raised me on. It also allows me to be able to discuss what a farmer goes through, and even farm workers when they're out there harvesting.
He really has a passion beyond just farming. I mean, he has a passion for the farmer, the family, what it means to farm, what it means to have multiple generations invested in the farming industry. But he has that same compassion for the farm working people, the families that are day in and day out harvesting and doing the heavy work that is in the agriculture community. So he really has shown an ability to reach out and be just as comfortable and just as caring for everybody who is involved in the agricultural community.
One thing that's important to me is that I one day saw Manuel on this list of Agriculturalists of the Year. He's obviously very well deserving. He's done an incredible amount to further and promote what our local valley agriculture industry has come to look like. And he's just very, very fitting for him to receive this award. I think the most important thing for him to take away from it is just to get the appreciation, I think, of all of us that are in the industry for what he's done for us, for what he's done to make sure that we continue to be able to farm in the future. We don't expect him to go away anytime soon. This is obviously just to highlight his career, but he's got a lot of career left.
Go home and have dinner with your families. Turn off the iPhone and sit across the table and tell what happened today. Don't forget, and it's not just a fast food dinner. I'm talking about put together the lasagna or the pasta, but do it. And that's my thing to the audience and everybody, and thank you all for everything you've done for us, for our communities, for the workers, and for the families.